Good morning. In the earlier classes, we have seen what is a tangent and how to construct a tangent. So we know tangent is a line which touches the circle only at a single point and it lies completely outside the circle. And we have already seen two methods of constructing the tangents when the point is on the circle. The first method was by using the center of the circle, that is by drawing the radius, extending it and drawing perpendicular at that point. That was method number one. After that, we saw method number two, without using the center, how we can draw a tangent. That is, we had drawn a chord and then we draw one angle on the major segment and one angle in the minor segment. And the property is that these two angles are congruent. Using this property, we have seen how we can draw a tangent at a point without using the center. As you can see in both the cases, the angle that we have measured is not touching the chord. That is, it is an angle which is far away from the chord. That is the angle that should be measured. Now today, we are going to do method number 3. That is, when the point is not on the circle, but far away from the circle. That is, outside the circle. So let's take one example. Here I have a circle of radius 4 centimeters and I have a point P which is at a 10 centimeter distance from the center of the circle. That means OP is 10 centimeters and I have to draw tangent to this circle from point P. Now when the point was on the circle, we were using the property that radius and tangents are perpendicular. But that we will not be able to do here. Because when the point is outside, you can see we can draw two different tangents. That is, from P, I can draw one tangent like this and the other tangent like this. Right? So there are two different points that I will have to find out on the circle from where I can draw tangents from P. So how do we go about doing that? The first step is that we have to bisect OP. We have learned this in the basic constructions. Keeping the pointer at P, pulling your pencil more than 3/4 distance between the 2 points, we draw two arcs, one up and one down. Keeping the pointer on O, without changing the distance in the rounder, we cut the earlier arcs. So now you can see we have got two arcs and we can draw our perpendicular. So now we have got our perpendicular bisector of OP, or in other words, this is the midpoint of OP. So this is the first step. Second step is we keep the pointer on M, pencil on O, and we cut two arcs on the circle. What does these 2 points denote? That these are the 2 points where if I will draw a tangent, the radius will be perpendicular at that point. So let's say I just connect it from P. So this is my first tangent. Let us say PA. And the second tangent from P when I connect to the second point. So let's label it as B. So I got my two tangents PA and PB. So you see, when the point is on the circle, we can draw only one tangent. But when the point is outside the circle, we can draw two tangents. So now we got 2 points of contact. One is A, the other is B. And using a protractor, if you will measure this angle, you will find that the angle is 90 degree. So it is satisfying the property that the radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other at the point of contact. Same thing if you will see here, even at point A, you can see it makes a 90 degree angle. So again, radius OA and tangent PA are perpendicular to each other. So this is how we draw tangents to a circle when the point is outside the circle, right? As you can see, this was a perpendicular bisector, right? This distance was 10 centimeters. Half of 10 centimeter is 5. So this point that we got M is at a distance of 5 centimeters from O. Let us say I bring this point closer to the circle, as in the second case. Let us say, again I have a circle of the same radius, but I have taken my point P closer. Now it is at 8 centimeter distance from the center. We follow the same process and let's see what difference does it make. Again, we take 3/4 distance on the rounder and we cut 2 arcs. That is, we are making a perpendicular bisector. So again, we cut the earlier arcs. And now, when we join these 2 points, what do you see is that the perpendicular bisector is touching the circle like a tangent. So most of the students just stop construction here saying that we got the tangent, but this is not the tangent. We have got a perpendicular bisector. And why is it touching the circle here and why it was not touching in the first case? Now as you can see, the distance is only 8 centimeters. And when I am dividing it into 2 equal parts, I am dividing into 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters. And the radius of the circle is also 4 centimeters. That is why this segment is touching the circle and going. But this is not the tangent. This is just a perpendicular bisector. So now this is our point M. We continue with the same process. We keep the pointer on M, pencil on O, and we cut 2 arcs on the circle. These are the 2 points where we should be getting the tangents from point P. So again, we connect this point with P, and let's say again I label it as A. So I got my first tangent and the second tangent again at B. Again, when you will join this and measure using a protractor, you will get this to be a 90 degree. So you can see this perpendicular bisector is changing its position depending upon the distance from the center. Okay, let's do one more case. Let us say in this case, again the circle is of 4 centimeter radius, but the point I have still brought closer, let us say just 7 centimeters. Now what happens? Let's just see. So again, we draw a perpendicular bisector, 3/4 distance, we cut 2 arcs, up and down, keeping it on O. We draw our perpendicular bisector. Now as you can see, the perpendicular bisector is passing from inside the circle. Why does this happen? This distance is only 7 centimeters. Half of 7 is 3.5, which is less than the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is 4 centimeters and 3.5 is lesser than 4. This OM distance is only 3.5, less than 4. That is why it is passing inside the circle. This is also right, not wrong, because this is not a tangent. It's a perpendicular bisector. It can pass from inside the circle, outside the circle, touching the circle. The position can keep on changing depending upon this distance. Next step, we follow the same, pointer on M, pencil on O, and we cut 2 arcs on the circle. These are the 2 points where we should be drawing the tangent. So again, I got my first tangent PA and the second tangent PB. Now when you will draw this radius at this point, again you will find it is 90 degree. Now in the first method, when we use the center, we had said that the tangent is perpendicular to the radius. In second, we use the method that angles in alternate segment or 2 different segments are congruent. So now let's see what principle we have used in this method to draw the tangents, or how are we sure that the points that we have selected will give us the tangent. Okay, so let us say if I keep my pointer on M and pencil on O, as we did earlier, we cut only 2 arcs, right? But let us say if I continue drawing it, what will I get? You can see I am getting a full circle where OP becomes the diameter of the circle, right? And I'll just point out. Now let us say, I'm just darkening this circle so that we understand what we did. We were not interested in the full circle, so we just cut 2 arcs. But to explain the principle, I'm making this darker. Now you can see the distance that we had, OP, was the diameter. And when we bisected the diameter to get the point M, M has become the center of this circle, right? And now you can see this is an angle in a semicircle. And in lower classes, you must have learned the property of a circle, that angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So that is the principle we have been using for this construction. When we cut these 2 arcs here, we were selecting the 2 points where we want to make this angle in a semicircle. And that is why we were sure that at this point, if we will draw a tangent, it is going to be a 90 degree. So the property that we used here was that angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So instead of drawing the entire circle, which we were not interested in, we were just interested in these 2 points. Hence, we just cut 2 arcs by keeping the pointer on M, pencil on O. We just cut the 2 arcs to get the 2 points. So I hope you have understood the 3 methods of constructions of tangents and you would be able to do the assignments. So again, you can see in this case also, if you want, we can just again see one more time, keeping the pointer on M, pencil on O. You see, we can draw a full circle. We were not interested in the full circle. We were interested only in these 2 arcs. Hence, we just cut these 2 arcs and not the full circle. Again, you can see this angle which we have got is again an angle in a semicircle, and hence we can be sure that it is going to be a 90 degree. So this becomes the tangent and this becomes the radius. Radius for the first circle and the tangent. So I hope you have understood this method and you would be able to do the assignment nicely. Thank you.